Greetings and welcome to your first Python project. In this project we're going to create a storybook, and it can be a story for whoever you like, and it can be any kind of story that you like. We're only going to use two things, so we're going to start off coding very gently. One of them is called a print statement, and then the other one's going to be called a delay. So without further ado, let's see how we do it. As you can see, the shell is open on the window here. Now we don't want to be typing in the shell as the coder. We do type in the shell, but we type in the shell as the end user. So that'd be the person who was testing or using your coding, your software, or whatever it is you're creating. So from there, we need to go to New File. I'm going to put that window over there and start coding. Print doesn't mean send it to the printer. It means put it on the screen. So I'm going to open a bracket and speech marks and say welcome to my story. Close the speech marks and close the bracket. This is in speech marks here, this green writing, because it's something that's being said, and we call that string data. So that's string. When we open a bracket, we close a bracket. So if you ever missing a bracket at the end there, then there will be issues with that. I'm going to press enter and then put the next line. So the next line of the story is going to be, there once was a little girl called Ivy. I'm going to go on to the next line. Speech marks again. She was, by all accounts, a very good girl. A very capable girl. And close the brackets. Now, that story could carry on if I had some imagination all the time, but instead what I'm going to do is show you how to pass that code into the end user window. So the end user that's opening your book wouldn't see all this coding, they would just see the results in this window. Excuse me one second. Okay, so now I'm going to go to Run Module. So you can either do that or you can go to F5 on the keyboard. That prompts me to save. So I'm going to say OK to that. Now I'm going to save this as outputs because that's what it actually is. But I'm going to put L1 for lesson 1, outputs, make sure it's in my documents, and click save. So there comes my story, all on the other side of the screen, which is good. That's what we want to happen. The only thing is, it's all going a little bit too fast. If I run it again, Run Module, it just all appears really fast. And I don't want it to do that. I want it to slow down a bit. So this is the second part then, using delays. Now a delay is achieved by using something called time.sleep. That's the code. But before we can use time.sleep, we need to import the little bit of code that's built into the computer ready for us to use the delay. And that's going to go right at the top of the program in here. So if you move your cursor up to the top, press enter once or twice, bit of space, and then put import time. Just like that. Notice that's an M, import, not import. Now, because I've put that at the beginning of the coding, I can put a delay wherever I like by just putting time.sleep and then however many seconds I want it to delay for. So in here I'll put the same one again, and you'll see I'm going to put that one in for 2 seconds so you can see the effect on this side. So if I run the program now, pressing F5 or clicking on Run Module, say OK to save in. Welcome to my story. There once was a little girl called Ivy. She was, by all accounts, a very good girl, a very capable girl. So you can see that that's actually slowed the code down. So your challenge then is to copy this code, write a story, and have the correct delays in. Remember, the longer the line is, the more seconds people will need to read it. Thank you for watching and enjoy.